Well, hey everyone, I just want to welcome you to our interview, our on the spot segment. And we have a great person today. We have Jay, who's going to be here, one of our students, and we're excited to have him here and just answer some just questions about life, about himself, about things he's interested in, about faith, whatever. And so, Jay, I just want to say welcome here. So why don't we just jump right into it? And let's start with some kind of simple questions like, what is your favorite movie of all time? Do you have a favorite movie, Jay?
Well, I don't really have a favorite movie, but I like a lot of the Marvel movies.
Okay, so Marvel movies. Awesome. Do you have a favorite or a certain superhero in the Marvel universe that you like?
I like Iron Man.
Yeah, those are fun movies. I love it when when the suitcase would open up and make his Iron Man suit. I love that scene. It's so cool. So that's cool. How about what's your favorite food? Like what would you want to eat like all the time?
Noodles, like any type of noodles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So do you like spicy as well?
Yeah, I
Spicy
love
noodles?
spicy.
Like hot? Are you one of those guys who can eat fire and be like, okay?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Good for you. I love that. All right. Well, here's a question. How long have you been a part of Willingdon Church? And what's your favorite thing about the church?
Well, I've been here since grade 2, and my favorite thing part of church is the Sugar Shack and worshiping God, like the songs and stuff.
Yeah, and the music, right?
Yeah.
I love music too. It impacts me. It's emotional. I love the music part too, and I also like the Sugar Shack and the Slurpee machine. Which man, we're hoping after COVID we're gonna get that thing all running again, and we'll see. We'll get back there sometime whenever God's timing works out. But I can't wait to be back in the youth center and hanging out at the Sugar Shack. So that's pretty cool. How about this? If you could have one super power, or no, let's say you could be one superhero in the superhero universe. We've already talked a little bit about Marvel, but which one would it be?
I would be Iron Man because he's really smart and he has like these cool weapons and armor, and they could just like transform into armor. Yeah.
There you go. So that goes along with your favorite kind of Marvel movies, right into that. I just think it's the glowing thing in his chest. Like that stuff, that's just a wild, man. Those are fun movies. Good for you. Iron Man. So maybe that'll be your nickname. Maybe I'll have to call you Iron Man from now on. We'll see. The reason I'm interviewing you today is because a bunch of months ago, we saw each other, I think at the unboxing or whatever that we did at our church, and we handed out boxes. That was a long time ago. But on that day, you told me that you did something that really blew me away. Like it really, really did. And the fact is that you actually ran a marathon or a half marathon that day. And that blew me away because I don't think I've ever run long distances ever. And I probably wouldn't unless I'm being chased by a bear. So I just want to know, how did you get involved in doing marathons?
Oh, well, like when I was young, like maybe in grade 2 or 3, my mom asked me if I want to go for a run.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, sure. I don't mind, sure. Like I should give it a try. And then, yeah, I went for a run and I really enjoyed it, just running with my mom. And then since then, I really enjoyed running.
Right on. That's kind of cool you had someone to run with as well. Do you think that's important, like to have a partner to run with? Did you help each other?
Yeah, my mom gave me advice and helped me.
Right on. Well, that's kind of cool, and probably a cool memory that you can share together. Did you both do the marathon, the running, the half marathon together?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you had that shared memory for a lifetime, really. Oh, that's so cool. Like, help me to understand, how far is a half marathon?
A half marathon is 21.1 kilometers, which is half of a full marathon.
21 and a half kilometers. That's the half marathon?
Yeah.
Wow. Like I said, I don't think I've ever run a distance like that, like at one time, ever. That's amazing. Wow. Good for you. What's the best part of running for you?
Well, my favorite part of running is running with my mom because I get to talk to her, and and I also enjoy being outside and getting out in nature,
Yeah.
especially when it's sunny.
Yeah, exactly. Running the rain probably is not very fun.
No, it's not. I hate it when it rains because it drenches me and my feet get really cold and my hands.
Yeah. Is that I was going to ask you what the worst part of running is. Is that the worst part, or do you have something else?
Yeah, that's part of the worst part. But also, like, I don't really like getting injured in the middle of a run because I have to walk back or like get drive back, which is too bad because like I can't finish it.
Have you had some injuries?
No, never. But one time my mom got an injury,
Yeah.
and I felt bad for her because we gotta like take it easy, and then sometimes she had to go like, "Oh, Jay, stop. It hurts a little. I just need to stretch it out a
Yeah.
little," or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But that's part of running with a partner is that you're there to support one another and help each other through that. Wow. So, have you ever hit the wall? And do you know what that means in terms of running?
Yeah,
Have you ever hit the wall?
yeah, I have.
What
Um,
is it? Most people don't know what that is. I don't think unless they run. So, what does it mean to hit the wall, and what was it like?
well, like meaning to hit the wall is like kind of just to like when you hit a wall, you just stop, right? It's like
Mhm.
kind of like that. So you're like stopping, like, oh, I can't, like, or something happens to you, or just tired. You're like, oh, can't
It's
do this anymore.
almost like your body's shutting down, and
Yeah,
you're drained, and you still got half the race to go, but you don't got any energy left.
yeah.
But how do you get through that? Because obviously, a lot of marathon runners hit the wall, but they keep going. How did you get through it when you hit the wall?
One time I was running with my mom a training run. It wasn't a half marathon, but it was like 19 kilometers.
Oh wow! Oh, that's a long way.
Um, and yeah, we were just going out for a training run because we were very close to the half marathon,
Yeah.
and we are still training. And then when we were doing the run, it all of a sudden just poured down. The rain just poured down on us, and I got drenched, and like I was really tired,
Mhm.
and like my feet were numb and my hands, and I was just really tired for some reason.
Yeah.
And like it was 2 kilometers more than the last time I did it,
Yep.
or one, yeah, 2 kilometers, and I was really tired, and my mom could tell that I was really tired, so she gave me this gel thing, like
Right.
this energy gel.
Yeah. Energy gels. Yeah, I see a lot of sports guys use that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't like it, and I spat it all over my glove.
Oh
And
no.
then my mom was like, "Oh, have some, you have to." And then it splattered all over hers too.
Oh no.
So yeah,
You're like finger painting with the sport gel. There you go, getting it everywhere.
yeah.
Did you actually get some in you? Like, did it help you, or
Um,
did it mostly land all over everything else?
Honestly, I think it mostly landed on
Yeah.
everything else, but like a little went into me.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. But what I'm hearing from you is that they're not the tastiest of gels. So there you go. I'll keep that in mind.
Mm,
Hey, running a marathon, um, how can that be a good metaphor, maybe for following Jesus?
well, when I'm running, or when me and my mom are running, sometimes we get tempted that tempted to just not finish the race, like
Hmm.
because one time we did a 10-kilometer race. It was when I was younger, and like sometimes we're tempted to just give up because we're too tired in midway, or even like when I woke up for the race, I was like, oh, I don't want to go, like instantly I don't want to go. And following Jesus could be the same thing because sometimes we could get tempted by other earthly things to turn away from him or just to get distracted. And one example is video games.
Mm.
Video games isn't bad. Like, if you enjoy them, sure, it doesn't really matter. But if you get distracted from God by video games, then that's bad. Like, instead of doing church service, you play video games, that's bad. You should be doing church service instead of video games, not the opposite. And and you shouldn't like, yeah, it could tempt you from just not even thinking about God by just playing video games. And sometimes you could just go like, oh, I don't, when you wake up, you might think, I don't want to go to church service right away. Just like I don't want to go for a run. I don't want to go to church service because I want to play video games. It could be, you could think that.
Wow. Those are some great answers there. There's a good metaphors that you gave, and it even sounded like what Paul says in the Bible, that in a race all the runners run in such a way as to finish the race and kind of stay in your lanes, not getting distracted, right? Like what you're talking about. That's really smart, man. That's really a really good analogy. Thank you for answering that for me. Hey, do you have a favorite verse in the Bible? Like, I know there's a lot of good verses and the whole Bible is good, but do you have one that sticks out for you?
My favorite verse is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13.
Okay.
Yeah. The three most important things to have are faith, hope, and love, but the most important of them is love.
That's right. That's right. That's awesome. Great. That's a wonderful verse. And hey, do you have any words of advice or words of wisdom for any students who might be aspiring to maybe start running with the hopes of one day running a half marathon or a full marathon?
Yeah, I do. You should think, you should actually, when you're doing a race or running a run, you should think about finishing it and say to yourself, I can do it, I can finish it. But what you shouldn't do is think negative thoughts like, I cannot do this, I can't give up. I'm gonna give up. And the reason is because if you think those thoughts, then you might actually believe them. Like, I can't do this. You might actually believe that and actually give up, or think that you're actually gonna give up. But if you say, I can do this, then you might believe that, and you can believe that, and then you could actually do it.
Yeah.
And another piece of advice is that you should, if you want to achieve a goal like a half marathon, then you should have a training program, which is like a plan. You shouldn't like go all out 21 kilometers, or go like, oh, I'm gonna do 15 kilometers even though I can't do 1 kilometer. You should like think about it and have a plan, slowly do it. And
it's like work your way up to it, right?
Yeah. And you should also, I recommend you, if you want to run a half marathon or like a distance, like 10 kilometers or something, you should have a friend or a group to run with, so you don't get lost, or you could have someone to talk to.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Man, I am so proud of you. And I think that's a really cool achievement and a really cool thing that you get to do with your mom. And man, I just want to thank you so much for just sharing that part of who you are with us, and a little bit about your life and faith as well. And I'm just sharing it with us here in our segment On the Spot. And it's been great to hang with you, Jay. So thanks for coming out, man. All right. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a great summer.
Bye.
Bye-bye.